Alright, I think everything's working. This is RaidenTrad for the Mega Drive / Genesis for North Americans such as me. Okay. I don't know if I want myself to be monitored after the stream, but I'll do it this time. Just I'm gonna move this so that I'm not coughing in everybody's ear. Okay, I'm back. So right now, there's no music. Some people might be thankful for that. I don't like all the tracks in this. So Micronet looks like the people who ported it. But this is on a MiSTeR FPGA. I have this in wider 8 vertical square integers, which might not matter for the sake of YouTube, come to think of it. Which is, I generally like the wider integers. This one, I suppose you could go for the thinner one. Now, it's already a screen within a screen, so it'll make it pretty small, but I guess the good thing about it is you can pretend it's in Tate mode. Or if you watch GameSack, Tate mode! Now, I do have one cheat on here, just because I want to get pretty far in a single playthrough here, and you know, I can usually get to about the 3rd level before continuing, or before dying once. Once you die once though, like, it gets easier to die and die again, like in most shmups. And so this is basically don't lose high-powered missiles. Which I think is showing it already slightly bugged. I think it's showing the strong missiles in the actual, where it's getting the sprite from, but they are the homing missiles. Wow, I did garbage. Okay. I'm talking a lot and I'm not realizing what's going on. I don't care for this first level's music. That's a big thing about this game for me. And it's also kind of... it's scaled back about how nice it could potentially be is the memory, and I think they rushed it a bit. I think they could have probably done some animated water and things like that pretty easily without expanding the memory. I don't remember if the arcade had moving water or not. I'm assuming it does. But aside from some shadows on the artwork and some parallax here and there, it definitely has a flatness to it. And some movement, extra movement, always helps that. Like if some of these trees moved in the wind. Maybe that's not the best thing, but you know, things like that. Let's see here, I should be able to just do this without using one of my bombs, I think. Just kind of want to make sure you're kind of to the side when the big blasts come out, like that big blast. This makes it easier to dodge, usually. Well, I just didn't get some of the points, but I survived with lots of bombs. Do. if anybody's streamed much before, always comment specific settings that you like. I do have the clock speed, I think, slightly changed, so instead of 59.94, it's at an exact 60 frames. Prevents tearing. In some cases, this monitor might actually be able to handle it at its proper. Look at that slowdown. That was nice. So right now, even though I have a cheat on, I don't have extra sprites or CPS speeded up in the options. Now, the Genesis usually doesn't have problems with the amount of sprites it can display, but every once in a while, I'd say like there's a part in Sunset Riders where part of a horse or part of a steer disappears. Little moments like that. Maybe some really crazy games have some moments. But this thing can push a lot of sprites per line usually. See, there's a good parallax moment right here. Decent, at least. Lacks some color. I think that's another big spot against this one. Especially if you compare it to the SNES version. I think the SNES version, if I remember right, looks a lot better. And the music, I suspect, is a lot of gems driver stuff. So, one thing about the Mega Drive / Genesis is it has a bad reputation for sound, and so some of that has to do with what's called the gems drivers, which a lot of people do know about, but I'll just talk about it here just in case you're not exactly sure what the deal is, what that is. So Sega of America, I believe it was, they proposed making like pre-made sound banks, or sounds essentially, that you could use when developing a game if you're a developer. And it'll have the hooks on being able to make sounds when certain things happen in a game and so on. Well, this is early in the life of the system. A big concern is the amount of memory per game. So when you're developing something like that, you also don't want the sounds to use up a lot of memory and things like that. So you end up with lots of bad default sounds, essentially. Of what makes it easier for a developer to make a game. And a lot of developers use that way late into the life of the system even, and it's affected a lot of games. I'm betting probably mainly by American developers, you know, somebody going like, well, we have access to this, it's gonna be cheaper, let's do it this way. So you don't really see that out of Konami. You know, you can pull some great stuff out of that. I think it's a Yamaha sound chip. And one of the other chips is essentially the Master System itself, I think. Just that Master System main chip just being used for sound. Whew. I think there's a couple things at the end here to shoot. Stuff that, like, bombs that normally shoot. No? Okay. Let me take a drink. I have no idea if anybody's on the stream. Let's see here. Yeah, oh well. That doesn't look like it. There's no one in the chat. Let's see here. Hope I don't completely mess up the game. Let's go. YouTube Studio, YouTube Premium. Oh well. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. But I hope this ends up looking okay. I know that My Life in Gaming is gonna do a big MiSTeR episode. And so the idea here is I'll play a couple of different games here and there just to have some good streams up and people can take a look at what things look like, and might have stuff done a couple different ways so that people can see different things. Maybe I'll play some games with different integer scaling and some different cores. I definitely like, when it comes to ROMs, I kind of want them organized my way, and I don't have the easiest ways to get ROMs on this thing or to organize. See, I'm talking and I'm just dying, not paying enough attention. Whoa, okay. Let's see if I can talk and do this at the same time. See, this is like a really good baby's first shooter here. Because I think it defaults on easy. Okay. Defaults on easy. It's good and bad. Because I think it makes the bullets slightly slower, but that can also be harder in some aspects because you do want the bullets to pass you by quick so they're not preventing you from moving in certain areas. So you can move out of the way easy, but they also get in your way a lot more. But I want to put up videos of just different things so that people can have more reference of what's out there. Wow, I did bad. Okay. Gotta get better at playing while talking. There we go. That'll help a lot. Oh, you do end up losing bombs if you don't get them in time. Boo. But to organize ROMs and stuff, I like using my laptop, but my laptop is absolute garbage right now. And I think it's gonna literally die. It's not moving very well when you move files around, even teeny tiny files, so pretty sure it's gonna die, at least for the hard drive. So I do have most Mega Drive games on here. Game Boy, Neo Geo. I have a couple of SNES games, most Master System things, so I'll probably put up a couple of Master System things, a couple of SNES things, a lot of Mega Drive things, and I might try and create some more different underlays, like this Vaporwave one. Now, this thing I'm using for the border, I think I want to get something that is a lot higher frame rates. So I like the speed of which it's moving in a way, but the source material is like probably 30 frames a second, and then I probably had to slow it down by half to get that flow, so it's only 15 frames a second, so I'm just gonna get some other ones that'll look smoother, or create some other ones. I have one that I want to use for Golden Axe, the one for the Master System, which was my previous video where you can't hear me. So I'm also trying to learn OBS and its filters and how to do that properly. At some point I might have a face cam, but I'm a little bit far away from my computer when I play, so it just might look weird me being in bed kind of far away. But I'm playing this on an 8-bit DOE arcade stick. I think they say it's technically 8-bit DOE, but I think that's just to make sure they don't get sued by Nintendo. So they go, oh yeah, sure, it's DOE, not DOE. Yeah, we know that. Maybe I should have waited. This music's much better than level 1 music. Do. Okay. Okay, there we go. That should help a little. I'm just gonna... Wow. Okay. Maybe I've just been playing this too much tonight. I can't think. Wow. Okay. That was really bad. That was really, really bad. Let's go again. Okay, this is for sure broken. Game Genie codes. Okay, that broke. So at least I'll be able to show you what some of the menu stuff looks like. I'm just gonna turn off cheats and play from the beginning. That mess up is purely because cheats were on. Or I think it's purely because I don't really usually have an issue like that when cheats are off. Sometimes you have to do a cold reset on this thing, but I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to mess anything up. Micronet. Saibu Kaihatsu Inc. That must be the actual Raiden people. I guess I wouldn't have known that. So now no cheats. I think I am getting a little bit sleepy, but let's see if I can go decent mode instead of beast mode. Decent mode. I should remember that. That's pretty good. Decent mode. What is that? If anybody's watched Trailer Park Boys. Decent. Okay. But the cheat I had of missiles don't depower, I do feel it's a good one just practicing. because it allows you to get decently far. You get far, you just get those better moments of trying to dodge around bullets without it necessarily being bullet hell. Just gets you better at dodging, I feel. I could be wrong about that. I'm no shmup master by any stretch of the imagination. There we go. That was fun. See, that's about as good as I get right there, usually. But I would say even a couple of days ago, you know, I wasn't able to get very far at all. And now I feel like I can get a decent amount into this game before I have to continue. Or before even dying once in most cases, unless I'm getting tired. Jeez, that was stuttering weird there. I do like kind of the bassy sound of when you hit the enemies. Jeez. Maybe I will have to use bombs in this dude. Should be a guy coming up around here. There we go. I did almost die there. Yay! Okay. Feel better now. Maybe this video will be shorter. I can remember how to go check my chat stuff on the phone. Oh well. Do. Same song again. Can't wait to get past this song. Here's your motivation for getting farther in the game. New music. Worst track, I feel. Give me the red. Yes, there we go. Whoa, okay. Yay, blue thing. It's just points. Maybe it's a guy or something, or continue. Oh, it's a guy. It's like a drum roll there thing that I really like right at that moment that just passed. Damn, got it. Now we're cooking with gas. Here's an old reference for you. Less known than Where's the Beef, even. Probably. Maybe not. I feel like it was a decent-sized ad campaign for them. But this 8-bit arcade stick I got is pretty good for shmups. It has the 2.4 connection. You can go directly wired too. Just where I'm sitting, it's just not a great idea. I'd probably end up knocking the MiSTeR down on accident or something. But that makes like a half frame of lag, which I suspect could be more on occasion if I if the battery's low, which it actually might be right now. And then I get about maybe half a frame from my screen connection, because it's supposed to be less than 1 frame reaction on there, like half a frame or something like that. It's a low lag monitor of some type. So I do like retro gaming on HDMI. I know, heresy, but I kind of like how perfect everything looks. I like the square pixels. I can get them integer scaled. Maybe some games do look a little bizarrely wide. True, it probably looks best is if you got 1080p with a wider integer scale, but this is the 720. But like my Mega SG, which I do have that too, I can have that at 1080p and it's square integer scale. I think feels a little bit better. Could be making all that up, but in my mind's eye it was. Oh, nope, that's it. That's what I had. Well, wow. I didn't remember that. Please let me get to the next level. Next level, I believe, had awesome music. But, you know, good for Raiden Genesis music, at least. Rated on a curve. The best. I guess I do have the right weapon for that specific area. Yes. Press that extra bomb there like that went off, and I was like, oh, I might die. Okay. Do do do. Do 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 do. Slightly more vaporwave-ish music. Bam, there we go. Let's see if only they could have got that water to move. That looks a little better right there. It's actually changing color. That gives some fake movement. That's not quite as bad as other parts of the game. Gotta pay attention to what's going on the screen. There we go. A little bit nerve-wracking. Especially since I was getting myself caught in this corner to the right there. I'm starting to find, really don't want to do that in shmups. and carrying over some first-person shooter habits. But you do like to be on the side in FPSs. That way, you're only worrying about fire or people looking at you from one side, or from just less sides. That stuttered a little bit. So I don't have extra sprites on, and I don't have CPU boost or whatever you might want to call it. Yay! Well, that does give you max everything. I wasn't sure about that. That blue peak. Fail. Wow. Okay. Yay! Set piece moment, kind of, sort of. Wow. I am just too tired for this. Let's continue anyway. Well, completely fail on this stream. But, you know, I guess being able to see what the game is in general does some of its point. I just used the bomb. I'm just like, just gotta get to that, what, next moment. Okay, these have a bunch of these little turrets. Yeah, that was smooth. Okay, getting into somewhat of a groove. Well, now I just need to get homing missiles again. Maybe not this time because I'm near the boss. These missiles should, I think, theoretically do more damage than the boss. It's like kind of that big escape at the end feel this moment because it's faster than the rest of the game usually scrolls. And then you land. But I don't think in this playthrough I'll end up going to space because I think it's level 8 you go up into space. Maybe it's well before then, but that's what it feels like in my brain. There we go. Now I'm on a good course. Hope this sound mix works a lot better than my previous vid of Golden Axe Warrior. I will probably do some more streams of that. I haven't beaten it, but I've gotten pretty far before, so I think just starting from the beginning and doing like a stream per level will be fun. I might have to like practice first each time so they don't go on forever, me trying to figure certain things out again. Ooh. Yep. Yeah, there might not be a lot of flicker, but man, there's moments of slowdown. Yeah, maybe I won't kill that one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That had me panic. I have a square gate on this, which means on my controller that you move the joystick kind of has you know, you can move it in all 8 directions, but there's kind of a square underneath of how it catches. Let's see if I can kill that. So for instance, we got 1, 2. So it allows diagonals. It'll catch into the diagonal really easily, so it works pretty good for shooters. Fighting games, it can be kind of annoying. So I've been trying to play X-Men Children of the Atom with it, and some of it is my low skill level, and some of it is frustrations of getting caught in the corners of the gate trying to do quarter circle or half circle motions. So if I could play more like how the Japanese players do and stay within the gate, it wouldn't be so bad, but you know, I'm a big brutish American and that's how I play. Okay, so this time the P didn't maximize my missiles. Maybe I changed missiles after getting it. I'm just using bombs on them. Not gonna mess with them. Let's try and get to the end of this one. Homing missiles can at least kind of tell you where the next threat's coming from. Ish. Yeah, I do think I'm getting tired. So I think that's supposed to be tire tracks for a big bad guy implication there, maybe. No. Ooh. This ain't gonna go well. For me. It's better to be somewhat reactionary like that. That's what killed me last time. There we go. First tier homing. Probably not the best idea. Here's the bad guy. That was bad decision making. Yay. Well, at least I got to level 4. Off a continue, I suppose, so that's not that great. Very twangy. Just didn't react to that. This is working out. Give me some leeway here. Or to the side, I can go and hit people. Almost made that mistake. Fuck. That one's got me before. One more? Okay, that was awesome. Whew. Where are you coming out from? There we go. Oh, scary. All right, this is turning out okay now. Getting into some groove. That was close. I'm kidding, so I'm not talking at all. See, if Andy were to make another hack to this, definitely, hack the freaking water. Make the water move. Now, the original Raiden machine, the 1990, I think, was when it was released. Oh, jeez, I got lucky there. It's always kind of had, in my mind, almost like status of the default shooter. That's what I get for talking. I particularly remember it, for whatever reason, ending up in a bunch of arcades later. Like, alongside a lot of Street Fighter 2 machines, of all things. No! Well, at least I have... Yep. Whew. There we go. But like in 1990, it didn't seem to be like not many places, but for whatever reason after 1990, it was everywhere. It's one of those things where it did really well, and arcade operators started getting it. Like, it was doing well per machine, and then they ordered a bunch of machines later. I guess maybe not so much operators, but the people who would bring the machines or have them inside like a 7-Eleven. So I remember this in convenience stores a lot. Wow. Not have this on easy. I feel like it defaults to easy. Ooh, glorious slowdown. I love it. I kind of like how they make it look like there's a little bit more bullets than there actually are. So they have those groupings of 4, and each one of those 4, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a single sprite or 2 sprites. Whoa, okay, that almost killed me. I did have another bomb. I tried. I thought I hit that bomb button, but must not have been at the right. That's It's gotten me that exact way multiple times. You can definitely tell that's how they planned it. Wow. I mean, I guess that's really well constructed. Oh yeah, definitely too tired. I'm gonna have to call that it, because I am not gonna do any better right now. Have any suggestions for what I should stream like this? Put them in the comments, and I may just do it.